So the other day, I woke up to find out that I ran out of coffee. That's it, I just ran out of coffee. But Matthew, I hear you say, that's okay, you can just buy some more coffee, right? I mean, you got money, right? The problem is that, well, I'm poor. Also, I'm a college student. And that's when I realized, Minecraft doesn't have coffee, right? So how about I make a video about me making a mod that adds coffee into the game? And that, my friends, is what we're doing today. So, let's get started.
Delicious!
Okay, so the first thing in order to make coffee is to get coffee beans, but in order to actually get the coffee beans, we're gonna need to get something called coffee berries. And then what we need to do is to craft the coffee berries into coffee beans. And then the second step is to smelt the coffee beans in order to get roasted coffee beans. Now, you might be saying, Matthew, that's great and all, but where exactly do we get the coffee berries? Well, first you're gonna need to find a savanna biome, which is about 1,000 blocks away. And once you do find a savanna biome, you just need to look around. There we go. So yeah, eventually once you do find a savanna biome, eventually you'll find patches like these. Now, you might be wondering why there's a bunch of ruby blocks here. So just for an easier demonstration, I kind of use ruby blocks to, demonstrate how, the coffee berries are gonna spawn. So let me just, how do I go down? Shift, there we go. So basically, if we just break this, so yeah, essentially, these, I'm very bad at these controls. So yeah, so basically, this is how, the coffee berries will spawn. Basically, the ruby blocks is basically how the coffee blocks are gonna be generated, and I have not make the textures for these. Wow, that is a big mountain. But so yeah, so this won't be the only patch of coffee berries that you can find. There's supposed to be more patches somewhere over here. There is this one over here. If we just pass through this mountain a bit. So if we just pass through this mountain, you can see that there's supposed to be coffee berries over here, over there. There's some over that way, over next to the water, some patches over here, and right over there. And here's a little fun thing about how the coffee berries generate in the world. Okay, so right now we're in the coding part of the mod, and I know it kind of looks confusing, but I'm gonna explain this in the simplest way possible as I can. So what you're looking at here is the configuration part of the block generation. Basically, what kind of blocks is gonna generate in the world in a specific pattern. So let's say for this line of code here, it's gonna generate the ruby blocks in a random patch pattern. So basically kind of like a similar way of how sweetberry bush are generated in the world. And here we have is the place feature, which is basically kind of like how much of the block you want it to generate. And so you notice that these two lines of code have two different numbers here. And so let me try and explain it to you guys. Basically, the number represents the rarity of the block generation. Basically how rare the block is going to generate in the world. So just to demonstrate it more visually, let's say we change the number to 1, and now the block will now generate more frequently in the world. So let's see what that looks like in the game. Okay, so in order to make this fair and real, I'm gonna generate a new world, and let's see if we can, let me just, okay. And now let's go and locate a savanna biome. So now if we, there we go. So yeah, as you can see, it generates quite common now, and you notice that I'm not using ruby blocks anymore. I'm using the actual coffee berries, and I still have not made textures for it. But yeah, as you notice, it's quite common, and this looks so weird. It looks so trippy. I feel like I'm in one of those like YouTube shorts where basically it's like Minecraft, but textures are cursed. So as you notice, yeah, the coffee berries, they're gonna generate more frequently in the savanna biome. There's like a lot of here. There's a lot of those in that mountain hill. And just look at this. This is so weird. This also means that you can do stuff like this. So what I did this time is that instead of generating coffee berry bushes all over the savanna biomes, what I did instead is I made it so that TNT blocks generate all over the savanna biomes. Man, just look at this. And then imagine if the video just suddenly cuts to like a cinematic shot of me just lighting up one of these TNTs and then blowing up this whole savanna biome. Like, can you just imagine how funny that would be?
Alright, let the show begin.
But that was less climactic than I thought. How about if we try over here? Wanna just try it on top of the mountain? Man, look at this. This was not on the bingo card. Okay, after a few hours and a week of me being sick, still am, I finally made the textures for the coffee berry bush. And I know it looks kind of weird. So this is what the coffee berries look like, and yeah, you can pick them up like sweet berry bushes, and you can also plant them. You can bone meal it and like that. And if we just fly high a bit, we can see that there's one patch here, a little patch over here, over there, some over there, and some over that mountain hill. So yeah, so that's the coffee berry bushes. Now we can actually move on to the actual, well, coffee drink. Now for this mod, I don't want to just get out my crafting table, place it like that, and then just craft my coffee like this. I just don't want it like that. So what I did instead is I made this, and I have not made the texture for this. So what you're seeing here is a kettle. I made this in block bench, and you can kind of see this is like the handle, this is the base, and this is like the nozzle for it. And when we try to interact with it, and the game crashed. Okay, so I've been going through the kettle block screen handler, and I've been trying to find what went wrong, what actually, you know, made the game crash, and I think I finally found where the mistake is. That was the mistake. Okay, so I fixed the kettle screen handler and actually, you know, make texture for it, and what is this? Why is it like this? Wait, hold on. Let me just double check something real quick. Oh, I see. I forgot to add the code that actually makes it, you know, transparent in the game. So if I just copy and paste this, and then just change the name a bit, and then... So now when I re-enter the game, and... yes, it renders! Ah, look at this. This is nice. I mean, yeah, sure, the texture for the kettle isn't exactly that great, but then again, we're still in the prototype phase, so like this is the best you get for now. Oh no, I think I screwed up with the voxel shape. And then when we try to interact with it again, yeah, we got it, yeah. Now I know you guys have a lot of questions like, what is this fire thing? What is this meter bar over here? What is this bubble column supposed to represent? So let me just try and explain it to you guys for a bit. So the first thing you notice is that there's this little fire design here, and you know how kettles in real life basically need some kind of a heat source in order for the water to boil. So yeah, so this is basically what's going on here. So let me just demonstrate. So if we destroy this magma block here, you notice that the fire design is gone, and we're back to this gray design like in, you know, like in regular furnaces. So basically, to explain this entire thing is that the kettle needs a form of a heat source to actually, you know, make it boil water, and right now it doesn't have any form of heat source beneath it. But when it does, for so like let's say a magma block is a form of a heat source, you can see that yeah, there's an indication that there is a heat source below the kettle block. And this works the same way for the furnaces. So let's say if we do this, heat up this furnace, and boom, it is now lit. And now to explain this little meter bar here. So basically, this kind of indicates the water level within the kettle block. So let's say we got a water bottle here, we're gonna fill it up in the kettle like so, and boom, you can see that we have filled the kettle with one level of water. And if we do this with a water bucket, it will completely fill up the entire kettle, no matter what. And here's a little fun fact about the kettle block. So basically, whenever the kettle has water in it, and whenever it's on top of a heat source, this little bubble column over here is gonna start changing a bit. We're just gonna have to wait for a while. I have no idea how scuffed the code is. I mean, I did code the thing, but I coded very scuffly, okay? Wait a minute, is it broken? Hold up, I think I broke it. Oh wait, it's changing! So yeah, again, whenever the kettle has water in it, it doesn't matter how much water it has. As long as there's water in it, and when it's on top of a heat source, the bubble column is gonna start changing. The only problem is that if you pay attention with the video, let's say if we break this, it's not supposed to change like that. So let me just place a block back, and yeah, we don't want it to like gradually change downwards. What we want is for it to, you know, gradually change upwards, like brewing stands. So right now I gotta figure out how to make it change upwards instead of, you know, for it to change downwards like so. Okay, so I changed the code for how the bubble color is gonna animate. And oh yeah, I gotta refill the kettle every time. Okay, so the kettle has water now, and now we're just gonna have to wait for this bubble column to animate. It's gonna take a while. I mean, it's different, but that is like the opposite of what I wanted. Like previously it was the opposite of what I wanted, but now this is just entirely different. Okay, so I changed it again, so now it's gonna be way different than what just happened just now. Look at that! Yes! It works! It's animating right! So yeah, so when the bubble column is, you know, filled up, this basically means that the water is now boiling. And if we try to destroy this magma block, and boom! The bubble column is now going away. This basically means that, you know, since we don't have a heat source anymore, the water is not boiling anymore, which means that, you know, it's working like an actual kettle now. So when we place the mag block back, we got our heat source back, and we just gotta wait for the water to boil. It's just taking for, yes, look, yes. It's filling up. So this means we can now make our own coffee. So what we gotta do now is take our roasted coffee beans, place one there, and then take our ceramic cup. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you how the ceramic cup is made. So the first thing you need is some clay balls, and when we craft it like this, and I completely forgot to generate the crafting recipe. Okay, so we gotta craft the clay balls like this, and we can get clay cups. And I have not to make the translation for this. And then what we gotta do next is we gotta smelt a clay cup in order to make a ceramic cup. Oh yeah, I gotta refill this kettle again. And now we gotta wait for this little bubble column thing to fill up. Actually, while it's filling out, let me just demonstrate one little small thing. So if we put a roasted coffee bean and then place a ceramic cup on top of here, you can see that nothing is happening right now. That is because we gotta wait for this bubble column to fill up, and it is taking quite a while. Man, why did I code it so scuffly? Oh, there we go. I was about to actually do something else for it, actually. Okay, so there we go. So now you notice that now it's actually processing the roasted coffee beans and making our espresso. So let me just fill this up again. So you put the roasted coffee beans here, a lot of ceramic cups here. You can see that it's now processing it, and soon, yeah, it will take away one ceramic cup and take away one roasted coffee beans in order to make ourselves an espresso. And it will continue processing when this little slot here gets emptied. And when the kettle runs out of water, this little bubble column here is gonna start fading away. And we also have our espresso. And after fixing a few things we've seen throughout the video, like adding a translation name for the clay cup, changing the texture for the coffee berries to my previous block counterpart, giving the kettle a random model when you hold it in your inventory, and we're gonna completely ignore this little glitch thing here because I have no idea how to fix that. And the fact that I have a lot planned for this mod but just cannot cram everything in this one video, so we're gonna split it into their own separate smaller videos. The mod is now ready. Kind of. And now I can finally sit down and drink my cup of coffee. But as I realized, the whole reason why I added coffee into Minecraft is because I don't have coffee of my own. In real life, I mean. But I guess that is part of life. Sometimes we just can't have the things that we want. we just have to make do of what we have and what we can do now. So I guess that the real coffee in all of this was the TNT that we blew up along the way. Wait, what? I had coffee this whole time? Why did I just check my cabinet? And that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, you can share it to your local Starbucks. Oh, and join the Discord server. It's a pretty chill place where you can meet people in the community and get sneak peeks of future videos. So if you're interested, the link is down in the description. And as I said before, there is still a lot of stuff planned for this month, but I just can't cram everything all for time. So if you're interested, you can subscribe so you won't miss out on that video. So please subscribe, it's completely free. Also, I want to see if that little LGBT glowing feature on the subscribe button actually works. It's RGB, motherfucker! And as for the current state of the mod itself, I am planning to release it at some point, but I also need something in return in order to keep the channel alive. So if this video gets like, I don't know, let's say 5,000 likes, I will upload the mod probably on Moderiff within a few days. And yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, goodbye. I'm gonna test tomorrow.